It's time for some FACEIT League. We are in week 2. We're about halfway through week 2. Actually, I mean, we're like both of these two teams are playing their final match of week 2. Wednesday kind of being the second default day for experts. So, despite only being halfway through the week, you know, physically, we're actually in the final match of the week for at least these two teams and most of the teams around the league. Nightmare Rotation taking on Wide Group here tonight. Nightmare Rotation returns after a sit in Master Division for Season 4. Your Season 3 champions have returned. Dirt's still at the helm here. But, you know, otherwise we kind of got a bit of a new look. A new look at a Nightmare Rotation. This is going to be a team that's going to be dangerous. Like, even with the new face, I mean, we got players here I still recognize. I mean, Bandit coming back to the squad. We've got Snell from back in the day. And still always struggle with that pronunciation. I'll have to get clarification on that one of these times. Both these teams coming in 3-0 into this series. There's only 3 teams that are currently 3-0 remaining. And we've got 2 of them facing off here tonight. So, I mean, honestly, just wanted to get a look at Wide Group. You've got Evie, who was on Tanuki last season. Kind of leading this squad, will be in tank and is captain of Wide Group with a cool little squad here. Saint Tex here, I believe playing with Midori. You got, Blamathy is a name I've cast a lot. I couldn't tell you exactly what team right off the top of my head. Super Pizza is, and as well as NatoCat, also recognizable. So it's kind of an interesting team put together here for Wide Group. And it's our first time getting them on stream. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the return of Nightmare Rotation here. A couple teams I'd love to get a look at, but, as it turns out, once we go look at standings, you're looking at your number 1 and number 2 seeds. Granted, it's only after 3 games played for each. But, considering, this is looking like a very competitive bracket. There's only one other team that's even undefeated, with Dilducklings sitting at 2-0. But other than that, you've only got 3 teams that are currently 3-0, which is wild. You typically have about 6 or 7 teams that are still undefeated at this point in the season. So this is going to be a wild season. With this many teams that are already 2-1, this is going to be a wild season. Rotation have the experience and, have been playing in Master Division. Granted, it's just Rotation's a team that always seems to kind of live and die on how often they've gotten to play together in recent times. I still think, whichever form we catch Rotation in, they're going to be a dangerous squad this season. And, a team that was always at the top in Expert Division, did finally make their way out with that championship win over Alt Spartans in Season 3. But a lot of experience on the other side. EV Promise and Saint Tex from Tanuki, Naruki from SNV, and Blamathy from Tapiri. Yeah, it is a pretty stacked roster. There you go. Thank you, Peasy. Peasy always coming through with the info. I really appreciate it. There you go. Let's take a look at what their schedule. Who have they played so far? Rocker currently 1-2, Nebula 1-2, Moombo 1-2. So all 3 of their wins are over 1-2 teams. How about Rotation? This is not something you see very often, y'all. Rotation have literally been in every single season. A regular dominant force here at Expert Division. To go up to Master for Season 4, it was a little bit of a struggle bus. Kind of talking to Dirt, they weren't able to play a lot together, unfortunately, during that season. You kind of got beat up on a little bit. Let's see, have played Phoenix Guard, Colosseo, and Jurassic. Now, these are 3 teams that I expect to see make playoffs. This is actually pretty impressive showing as far as early season results. Oh, hey, we're at top of the hour. It's an Oasis pick with an Orisa band coming out from Nightmare Rotation. Oh, that's what I reckon it happens from Spartans from that Season 3. And then went to EU. Interesting. What a story. What a story. All right, Gino band from Wide Group. Happens just the World Traveler here. NatoCat asked Dirt if he was a hero. I was thinking, of course Dirt is a hero. It's Dirt. All right, let's get into map 1. Show me some Overwatch. Purple, I appreciate you being here. All right, let's get into University. Evie's coming out on a Winston on University. You know, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of Ramatra, even quite a bit of a Risa lately. We get the Winston here in the close quarters opening map, or opening sub map to be more specific. Dirt rocking the hazard. Fortunately, we don't really get to see Dirt play much Hog anymore. I think even on his own stream, he's not really. At least the last I checked, it's been a hot minute since I've been in a Dirt stream. But last I saw trying to play FPL and stuff, doesn't really get to play the Hog much for very often anymore. Fortunately, Dirt does get picked up early, and that kind of finds themselves out in the open there early in that fight. Still no one in control. Nice little 180 alt fire there from Evie to finish off Silent. Good call in the eyes in the back of the monkey there. This will give first cap over to Wide Grip. This whole while, Blanty's been sitting in the back line. You can just hear those darts. A couple of them landing square on the Dirt. Dirt trying to leave. Of course, that poke damage on the approach is exactly what you don't want if you're a hazard. You don't want to be below the armor line as they come in. And Dirt's been struggling to be in the yellow on any of these attacks. Just gonna hang out in the Kitsune Rush for now. Does get hit by the bolo out of Blameth, but Nanakado is picked off amidst all of that chaos. Dirt goes diving forward back into the hallway. Happens way too high on top. Happens with some wicked fast ult charge here, by the way. No idea what happened just now. I'm guessing just a reset call. 55% and counting here for Wide Group. All right, Dirt going left, Silent going right. I'm just gonna call the Lucio Goober. That's a Goober name. It looks like Goober. Oh my goodness, speaking of, what's going on over there? Maybe he's trying to boot people off the side. Unfortunately, Snell can just float. That was a nice jump, though. Lands right on top of the Mega from the high ground. You can tell Amy's done that one before. Considering Rush comes in, he topped up. Headed into the back line where Natakado's already picked up one. Happens is going to go ahead and invest into the sound barrier just to close out the sub map at 99%. I don't hate it. It was a touch early, but now the blade is out. And you've gotten Gober's sound barrier out on the other side. Natakado's going to chop through another one. Ooh, Gober's low. Silence gets their blade cut off. Cut down in their prime. This is going to be a 100-0 for Wide Grip. Oh, we do actually get the Dirt Hog. Oh, keep an eye for Natakato coming in on the left-hand side while his initial duel going on between the two Freyas. Oh, lost track of Dirt on the point. A fatal mistake for both me and Super Pizza. I got distracted by chat there for a moment, sorry. First cap has gone over to Nightmare Rotation. First percentage they've gotten on Oasis here, actually, is they got zeroed out on University. Bit of a dance around center pillar right now. We do have stair control from Happens. Doesn't look like, yeah, it was very robust. Dirt was thinking the same thing. And alongside Silent, this is the kind of nitty-gritty, just chaotic fight that Nightmare Rotation won. Unfortunately, this was not going to go their way with kills in the feed from both Super Pizza and Blamothy. Now trying to surround Dirt. Oh, Dirt doesn't land the hook. The kills come in. It's now was trying to get out but had too little health. This should be eventually be a flip, but there's a lot of staggering going on here. A lot of stalling, rather, that is. Silent does get the stick down. Finds Happens with that. If there was any more pressure, I'm not sure Eevee's able to survive. Eevee lives on the back of that with, maybe 100 health. Nice move. Drops it over the top. Oh, nobody was in range of the stick. I saw the vision, though, Nanakano. That was cool. That was cool. I saw the vision. It was close to being cool. Settles for a stick onto the hog. Actually well done. With the Kitsune rush in, that was enough. It looked like Dirt was using to take a breather. But also looked like they took full damage from that pulse bomb. So maybe the explosion went off just a frame after the take a breather finished, because Dirt definitely took full brunt of that explosion. Oh, that's 2 shots in from Blamothy. Nicely placed. God, the Freya is fun. I can't imagine having to play against high-level Freyas. I keep seeing the tweets. It's hard to even peek anymore. I feel like that was true with Sojourn as well, but it's fun to watch. It's an explosive hero, a dynamic hero. Yeah, it's not even low-key a good match. Like, this is just straight up 2 of your only 3 remaining 3-0 teams. Blamothy is able to trade out 1. Gober and Happens throw sound barriers into the mix. Dirt currently just kidnapped Eevee. He was holding him hostage there in the corner, but he's able to leap away. Beautiful hook. Catches Happens at a strange angle. I hate those upward vertical angles like that. And Dirt nails that one. Eevee still holds on to the Primal throughout this exchange, though. Dirt could not get the activation on the pig pin before Eevee's able to leap away. Now that Primal Rage is in play, and Dirt took a lot of damage, I'm guessing, from Blamothy. Oh, good stick. Gober's low. Still getting hunted. Oh, lands in the Kitsune Rush. The heals from Lau are good. Snell with the backup. Oh, Gober was so close to dead like 3 times there in a matter of 3 seconds. Somehow survives. Great peel there from Nightmare Rotation. Giving themselves a player advantage here, and Gober's going to make good on that second lease on life. Finds an important final blow onto Eevee. This should be the flip. Dirt returns on a Doomfist somewhere throughout all of this, by the way. Blamothy makes you want to pick up the game again, Caracal? Aw. I'll get you some more Blamothy pop. Super Pizza 17? Wow, impressive. That's not even born in 96. That's born in 97 or 98. God. Or, excuse me, 08. 07 or 08. It wouldn't even be 06. Math on stream. 99.99 fight. And unfortunately, Super Pizza goes down early in this fight. Dirt, charge punch, not able to find anything. And skirts through the archway. Snell picks up Happens, though, and I mean, Happens was so close to that sound barrier. Now Gober has the only sound barrier in this final fight. Dirt's able to pick up one. One of those ADS shots lands. It's enough for Lau to find a final blow with a body shot. They still have ultimates on board here for Nightmare Rotation. If they even needed them, they do not. They save Pulse, Meteor Strike, Sound Barrier. Take them all into round 3. I know my subconscious was wishing it was 2015 again or something. I don't know what happened there. Yay, math. All right, the Roadhog worked. The Roadhog worked, and Dirt's going to stick with it.
Round 3. Capture the objective.
Almost got the Conch Blast in there. Was trying to get Dirt off the side. Ooh, a little projective rocket. That was cool. Didn't even turn around. Was anticipating Silent. Didn't even turn. Just waiting for Silent to blink in front of them. It had the rocket already in play. But there's Gober showing up in the kill feed once again. Finds first blood. Here's the enter in the gardens. Rotational grab cap. No, we're looking at some swaps here. Where are we going? Okay, they decided the forest not going to cut it. Need more finishing power. It's going to be a dive to the high ground. Look for Natakata to try to make it up there with. That's bubble already is from Eevee. They are able to keep Snell at bay, and I think are giving chase here. Natakata's not able to make it up to join. Kind of got stuck at the front door. And Blamthy gets hooked. Still Snell, 1 health. The right click will finish them off. So both tanks able to find both Freyas. Now Dirt, thought about moving up to the high ground, so Eevee dropped. Dirt given pursuit. Natakata is still on this point alongside Silent. Neither of them able to really find a kill onto each other. They end up just kind of both backing away. Now going into each other's backlines. That was a direct that landed from Blameth. He forced out the recall from Silent. Silent is very close to this pulse bomb. In fact, he's got it up now. Down low, Lau throws out a Kitsune. That's going to be an overpowered whole hog amidst all of this. This is the Fox Pit combo. Oh, but here comes the counter punch. Is there enough sustain left in this fight? Natakata goes down. Wow, with a beautiful shot. Finds Super Pizza in their own Kitsune rush. Is able to double blink out of there. Regroup was Silent. Back on the point. Kills coming up. Nightmare Rotation. Finish on a Natakata spells disaster. Natakata is needed there to get the touch. It's up to Happens now with holding the sound barrier. You don't want to have to risk the sound barrier, but there's nobody else left to get this touch. 97%. Okay, Eevee is going to be the one to dive in. The sound barrier to follow up. Eevee at least gets it. Blameth over the top. Gets the bolo down onto Dirt. But it's a 2-for-1 trade favoring Nightmare Rotation. Snell responds with one of their own. And that bolo is enough to finish off Happens. Nightmare Rotation after getting 100-0'd on University. Able to win the 199 there in City Center. We'll take this one, 100-0 to close out the map. The Dirt Aura is way too powerful. Rotation will go up 1-0 to kick this one off. Quite the bounce back. Quite the bounce back there from Nightmare Rotation. Yeah, just when you think you got Dirt figured out, Dirt goes into Roadhog form. I don't know, is that final form? I think that's probably final form, yeah. Watchpoint Gibraltar pick her out a wide group. Good pick. I mean, clearly playing around the high ground, play around the Winston. They will get first ban, which I imagine is going to be a tank ban just to protect that Winston. Although, yeah, I mean, that could leave the door open for, say, like an auto ban coming out of rotation, but you can still run the Lucio carry. We are going to get wide aura attacking first. Wide group. Wide aura. Hey, Flack, you said we were going to come back swinging. You weren't lying. You weren't lying. Rotation definitely came back swinging there. Map 1. Jericho bad. Out from wide group. Okay. So they're going to protect the back line. Leaving the Winston ban available there for rotation. Let's take a look at some stats there for map 1. I imagine this one's going to be close, right? These stats have got to be super close. Okay, so that's Loki and Sexy Eden are your support. I can't keep track with everybody's got different names in game. Sexy Eden is Goober. Oh, Goober. Oh, and we're actually getting a sub, as we just saw right there, live on your screen. Bandit coming in for Sexy Eden. Silent 24/7 there. That cat, had more damage on the other side of the flex DPS, but not able to get as much work done in the end. Eevee outperformed Dirt just, as far as on the stat card. And all 3 stats as far as elims, deaths, and damage. Of course, you do think of, the hog being, prevalent there on control. Finds a lot of value on control when you're kind of forced to play into it. We are, in fact, going to get that Winston ban as anticipated. No reason to save it. This is a perfect map to use it on. Gotta love it when the song ends, like right when the map starts. Wide aura. I know, right, PC? Wide aura. That is like such a good name. Good morrow. Good morrow. All right, Bandit in, subbing in, playing the auto here. We are getting low on the Mercy just to pocket Snow. Oh, there's one direct land. Super Pizza backs out with a sliver of health left up top. I mean, that was 25 or less. So with the Winston banned out, Eevee is going in the Wrecking Ball. Oh! Proving she's just as proficient in this hero as she is the Winston. Gotta be careful though. Here comes a pursuit from Silent. The pigpen, can actually just wreck the momentum of a wrecking ball. no redundancy intended. Oh, that is an early ultimate there out of Snarl. Actually, Blamethy's got theirs almost ready too. God, I forget how fast. I get caught off guard with how fast those bolos come online. So my Blamethy going down. You still have wide group muscling their way around the final corner, now looking to secure some high ground here. Dirt anchoring the cart. Oh, Eevee spotted Bandit alone on the outside, but gets hooked back in, and the Valkyrie is used to provide some backup, make sure the Ana stays nice and topped up. Whoop. Wow, just ducking away there. You don't get to see Mercy gameplay very often. Hell, you know how often I mean, I'm gonna put a Mercy on the cover of this match. This could be your thumbnail, because I never get to put Mercy on the cover. It's a hard choice. You see Wrecking Ball, Roadhog more often than you see Mercy. It's a tough choice here, y'all. It's a tough choice. Oh, man, it tried to come stop the cart. Ended up just being a die-on cart call, I imagine there. It sounds like Snow's still up here dancing around alongside with Lau. Dude, a pocketed Freya is just kind of nasty. It's kind of scary. I mean, look how quickly Eevee's health went down. That was like 400 damage in no time flat. God. Yeah, I mean, it's a pick comp. This is straight up pick comp. They're not really even playing for ultimates. It is to do. Oh, Nanakado gives the wave. Oh, that was a sick stick. I'm sorry I didn't catch that one, Nanakado. That was nasty. That was cool. And that's how you deal with that. Oh, catches the timing just perfect to get the duo bunched up. Alright, Eevee cuts off the tether, but Snell's able to win the duel over Blamethy anyway. Snell's gonna follow up with a second here. Just fantastic positioning. Good angle on the top of the... Whoa! That might be biting off more than you can chew. God, landed that! Landed that shot! Oh my god, what a shot for the second follow-up. Got the initial stick with the dangerous peek, and then gets the fade away. That was incredible. Super Pizza was not even on Snow's screen when they pulled the trigger on that. That was a predictive shot. That was... There you go. Shot of the day. And Snell's now just gatekeeping these doors. Silent. Threw a pulse out. Recall is forced. Nanakado's giving chase, realizing they don't have cooldowns. Dirt is there to play bodyguard here inside the shuttle. Oh, dropping down. Dirt follows, finds the kill. I heard Snell's bolo used somewhere in there. And we're looking at wide group. Very stuck here on point B high ground. You see how much damage is coming Snell's direction. That Mercy pocket is just helping so much. Good dancing. You know, kind of not allowing Blamethy to get two in a row there. Well, it's going to pop the Valve. Blamethy throws in the bolo from above. It's not enough to get the kill, but now has a nano boost to try to win out this duel. Lands some direct headshots, just hip firing in. Blamethy decides to finish off Bandit instead. I think Lau tried to go for the res. Oh, please tell me you win that duel. Oh, almost, almost. Two and a half on the clock. What a fun match. Alright, how are you gonna use these mines? Ooh, inside that room could be nasty. Oh, dirt's low. I hit the wrong puff. How does he survive that? That was the entirety of that take a breather there for dirt. Still have mines. Maybe not able to set up to use, and so now keeping a sharp eye over the top of that rooftop still. Give me use clear off the balcony. Try to find the Mercy. Well, I was able to kind of duck in and up and away. Natakata was pressuring down low, but had the recall force and got to get out of there. Got to blink back up top. Silent hanging out on the catwalk. They're going to trade spots. Hook lands. It's going to get the nade out of Super Pizza. Oh, which means they don't have anything to protect themselves. The Snell lands back-to-back ADS shots. Blamanthy low. Able to back around the boxes. Dodges the hook out of dirt. Gets into the cover behind St. Texas Shield. Maurice swap out of Amy. Oh, the jab was just a split-second late to try to save the follow-up shot on a Natakata. But that's going to eat up some clock time. Wide group going to back up, wait to get their Tracer back into this fight. And they're going to get one last shot of this because of that great hook from Dirt. Might have been two. Natakata going into a Genji for this final push. Good high guard control. Ooh. That was trying to go on to Blamanthy to save them, and it's late. So the Nano just goes flat. Dirt is behind them, or just pushing them away. Dash in from Natakata was able to get the touch, but they're just running out of reinforcements here on the point. And that's going to be the hold there out of Nightmare Rotation.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Snell coming in with a huge pick onto Blamanthy. Not only do you take the Bolo out of the fight, but you take the Nano out of the fight with it. Snell just nasty. Nasty on that run. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Look at Snell's damage, y'all. That's what I was thinking. Snell felt like they took over that lobby.
Ready for battle.
14 and 4, nearly 13k damage there on that defense out of Nightmare Rotation. Maybe he's going to stick with the eraser out of from the get-go here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
I can't help but wonder if, Wide Group should have, perhaps protected their Winston. Some of y'all let me know. I mean, would the Winston have worked here against this comp of... Oh my goodness. Let's say there is a... I was like, wait a minute, that's a pedal. But yeah, as I was starting to say, if Wide Group, protect their Winston and are able to play Winston through this, does that give them a better advantage? Would that work against the very pick-based composition? Now, I think it would definitely work better against what we're seeing now out of Nightmare Rotation, where they're trying to run the Echo. While kind of now having double duty on who to pocket, but Snell already has ultimate here. That was a sub 1 minute Bolo, but it does not land. Comes subsequent shots land on the St. Tex though. Oh my. Dude, Snell has put in the work with this hero. Has got those back-to-back shots locked in. feel like we can just keep it on Snell Paul. Evie does make it back onto the point, opening room up for Natakata to get into the back line. With Evie coming up with a couple of picks, that's going to be the hold here. So Y group, they stay ice in the veins. They stay cool as a summer lake, holding on to all of their ultimates through that. Oh, and we get a pausey pause. Looks like somebody's lagging out. The Loaf Weaver. Right, but couldn't you just play the Lucio? Would it be better to play the Lucio Kiri? I'm just theorizing here, Peasy. You always have such great input. I mean, you specifically. But would you not be better off playing Lucio Kiri into, like, with Winston? But still being able to protect your Winston? Because, yeah, obviously they kind of went for the Ana Protect. With wanting to play the Wrecking Ball. Like, that was... They just went right into Wrecking Ball. We've seen Eevee play a ton of Wrecking Ball before, and it's not surprising. But it obviously didn't work. We kind of got out-picked in the pick comp. Also, it's hard for Wrecking Ball to, like, control top of shuttle. Like, they really got stalled out. I mean, obviously, a lot of this damage was from point B, where Snao was able to just hold top of shuttle. Oh, it's just Theory Count, just Theory Craft, just Theory Craft. What's up, Kirito? Thank you for being here. That's gonna be Natakata with the Nano Blade. There you go, backline watching a respawn timer. And that's gonna be another big hold. We had a really important fight. That retake was really nice. I will say, you know, perhaps it was seeing into the future. Perhaps this really was the right call, because the Orisa did allow for a really nice retake here when Nightmare Rotation were starting to run away with the momentum. That's when we saw the swap from Dirt. 3 ults to fend off the Nano. You do have a duplicate available from Silent. We haven't looked at Silent at all since swapping over this Echo. Uses a frame-perfect duplicate there to avoid death. Trying to chase down the Ana. A little bit of an awkward dip there. But at least stays alive through the fight. You're keeping pressure on Super Pizza and kind of keeping them out of the fight. But there's the rally, the sleep, everything. Everything. Throw it in. Still, Y-Grip have their backs against the wall. Payload getting very close to this cap. 20 seconds to go. Snell is down. Good sleep lands onto Dirt. Eevee loved. See, gets it. What a javelin. What a spear. Can't believe Lau's able to get out of that one in one piece. That's kind of miraculous in its own right. Nano Boost goes on to St. Tex there throughout that fight. And it's going to be an anchor on the cart. Nobody comes close. Wide group tie up the series with a first point hold here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Axis, thank you for the follow. Dirt calling Natakata Low Bob circa 2025. Put it in a museum. Yeah, no, there's been plenty of hog. Don't you worry. I fully anticipate we will see the hog make a return. Just didn't happen to see it there in that particular moment. Suravasa pick, Wrecking Ball ban, out of Nightmare rotation. It's at the bottom of your screen there. I know it's hard to see. I'm sorry. We're going to decide swap, so I'm going to go ahead and put Nightmare rotation on the right-hand side. Okay, so you lose value on the Lucio carry because of the because there's not as much like flank angles and off angles for them to take. Like the Lucio can't go like flank with your Genji as well, or flank with your Tracer as well on Watchpoint Gibraltar. I mean, like that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, Busy. Let's look at some stats there from map 2. Snell ends up with just shy of 20k damage. But teamwork makes the dream work. Wide group get the dub. Even though, I mean, it looks very, very close on paper. The stat card on that one looks really close. Yeah, the Orisa was a really good adaptation. No doubt. No doubt. All right. No Predators on that one, huh? Hey, no worries. I'm going to keep them going for you, though. Hey, it's there for you if you want it. St. Tex pops and says, I can't Zed. Well, you know, details, Tex. details. Let's get into map 3. Oh, let's see. We have the Wrecking Ball ban and, let's see, the Winston bans from previous map. It was a Lucio ban.
Initial flashpoint. Mark it.
Okay, we are going to get a front door approach from Nightmare rotation. With wide group taking stairs. So this is... putting some focus here on our Freya's in the opening seconds of this fight. See if anybody can find a pick down these long sight lines. We do get the speed ring engages, and the tanks start closing the gap a little bit. See if they can help out in that duel. You can see guns pointed at Snell with that just immense amount of damage. Ooh, nice cornering there. Oh no, Dirt's in a cage, but gets the Suzu, gets the kill, and gets the hook in on the Nanakato. Unbelievable. Don't touch my dirt. My dirt, says Gober. Sexy Eden coming back in here for map 3, by the way. So we had Bandit going back over. Back to the bench. Evie says, oh, I'm going to touch you. Lamothy delivers on Evie's promise. I think Snow's Bolo went into the Java spin, if I saw that correctly. May have gone over the head of Eevee, actually. Either way, did not get any value. Terra Surge, Nano Boost, ready to go. We're looking at a lot of half health bars there from Nightmare Rotation. A couple of good shots. Well, at least one good shot landed. Ooh, has to turn attention to keep their own alive, though. Here comes Eevee in. The nade to follow up on the Terra Surge, and it's enough to find Snell at the very least. A low Dirt gets a Suzu, tucks tail, and runs away. Nice drop there from Blamothy. They fall like a stone to avoid the hook. They're going to continue pressing here on the outside. Narukato cheekily steals the Mega and then just dips right out. Like, yep, I'll take that Mega and I'm gone. Mirror the Mercy, I thought about it. Silent with the Blade, Narukato with the Nano. Oh, we should have watched Silent's Blade. Silent's able to get two before Eevee brings them down. Narukato just kind of settling to swipe at the hog a couple of times. Doesn't really do much. Kind of just shrugged off. I mean, every time I think Dirt is starting to get low and starting to get under pressure, they just are able to top right back up. And, you know, that hog's right back at full health. And there we go. Nothing but rotation players left on the point. They'll get the golden ring of victory there for Market. Nice, nice. Blamothy wins the battle of the stairs. Rounds the corner with the bolo, but there's a Kitsune rush down low. Whoa, that landed in a Gober. Big hook, though. Terra Search from Eevee trying to see if they could turn Dirt's hook against them. You know, kind of leveraging some judo principles into this fight. Using your opponent's weight and strength against them. But still trying to sneak in the back line there with the bolo. Lands a shot. That's going to be the end of Super Pizza. And continues to hunt down what remains of Wide Group. Oh, a nasty protect. Had the eyes there from the perk. And Snell is going to find two on the exit. Great team fight out of Snell. Continues to kind of take over the lobby. Currently 7-2 to Blamothy's 5-3. Snell does have the extra dash now with that perk just coming online, so you get the extra shot. Very powerful perk. You can see it put into good use there. Snell dancing around and uses that extra dash. Woo, a quick double lands into Eevee, but they are nanoed and have a Kitsune rush to boot. Snell's eventually cut down from the skies. Kitsune rush thrown in from Lao here to try to bring this fight back. There are no DPS. Okay, Silent is returning. But Narukato has been here the whole time. Dirt's able to pick up two, though. I mean, it's an insane mismatch. Eevee's got another Terra Surge. I feel like starting this fight with a Terra Surge is just going to book in the fights with Terra Surges. Why not? Whether they just put all 4 ADSs down on Dirt. Dirt responds with a hook. Keep an eye on Silent. Has Blade whipping in. Cross stairs. Looking for the Ana. Deflect onto the slate. There we go. A couple slashes onto Blamothy as well. Everybody tightly bunched up in the corner. Easy pickings there for Silent Blade. And at 94%, Dirt capping things off with a whole hog. This is going to be a 2-0 lead here for Nightmare Rotation. Oh, we are going all the way to the other side. About a great spawn for wide group. They needed this. Let's say, Sexy Eden was low back there. Amy is able to find that shot through all the chaos. God, Snell. You can't, I mean, if Snell's still alive, the job's not done. Dive in it over the top. Beautiful kill. Lands one on it. Happens. Oh, I think the second one would have landed. It happens to themselves. They're able to swift step out. Still eats one after the swift step. Importantly, though, does survive. Oh, God. Snell just dominates the sky over Blamothy. You can just hear how quick those ADS bolts are coming out. There's 4 back-to-back. None of those land. I was going to say, if Wide Group can survive, they have the tools to counterpunch here, but they cannot disengage far enough away. Kind of get scattered there by Nightmare Rotation. What a start. 50% on the board. You're going to be coming up on an Orbital Ray as well as a Bolo here out of Snell. Snell hiding up on the high ground. Now to kind of loop it around, but Lau has sniffed out this flank. The angle's going to get cut off. Happens, moves in. Now to kind of just try to dash away, regroup with the rest of the team. There goes that Bolo out of Snell. Immediately got 25% back towards another one. Happens is going to throw down the Consuming Rush right over the point. Orbital Ray on top of Dirt. Nano Boost from Super Pizza goes on to Amy. Here come all of the ultimates. Wide Group trying to back away from the orbital, move on to the objective, but there's a whole hog now in play. The jab spin just only lasts so long. And the whole hog lasts a bit longer. Nightmare Rotation will persevere here on Suravasa to claim a 3-0 and move up to match point. Well, our teams are winning on their map pick. We'll see if that continues. You have Colosseo and Runasapi to choose from. Was all that was left to choose from Wide Group. So, Colosseo it is. Yeah, dude, Snell is... Wow, is just on an absolute tear. Like, I remember casting Snell back in the day. I don't remember Snell being that good. Like, it's just, like, seemingly can't miss today. Ridiculous. I mean, never mind that quad shot that they all missed. Never, I mean, yeah, for the most part. I mean, like, you get my point. All right, Roadhog Band does come through from Colosseo. Okay. Wide Group have had enough of that. Let's go take a look at some stats. We've had enough of the hog. Kind of shows you the impact Dirt is having, though, when we get a genuine hog ban. And that is very real. This Dirt is 19-1 there on Suravasa. EV's damage is going to be a little inflated just from pouring damage into a Roadhog. Right? Roadhog doesn't really mitigate damage as so much as they just eat it. I mean, you can see Dirt had 7k healing in their own right. Snell, 19-5, 8k damage, leading the DPS. All right, let's go take a look. Looks like 60 Eden is staying in as of right now, as this happens. Oh, there's still time to change that. Stay on top of the Preds, just in case y'all want them. Okay, what was the bait? We had the Hog bait coming through from wide group to Kiriko Ban. In from rotation.
Arriving at Colosseo. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one.
Okay, Happens and Sexy Eden both staying in. Happens coming out on a Yari. This is a very interesting backline. Particularly considering we've got a Reaper Ramatra coming at you. So, can Happens and Super Pizza stay alive? I feel like you're gonna have to give up a lot of ground. There's gonna be a lot of kiting and shooting coming in. Run and shoot, run and shoot. I think it's gonna be the name of the game here for wide group. Yeah, Quarterless a sub. It's true. Quarterless listed as a sub. So wide group have given up a lot of space already, kind of to the corner. You see Blamothy trying to take this far angle. Really needs to secure this angle. Was able to land some meaningful damage, but not enough to really pose a threat. Silent goes down, though. That happened off screen. I'm guessing it was trying to close the gap against the backliners. Happens low, but has the pylon. And, yeah, it's a successful run and shoot drill here out of wide group. They do give up about 18 meters, cut back to that high ground, but, you know, they absorb the damage and slingshot back. Checking on Happens here on this high ground. Whoa. Quick nano boost in play. Ooh, a beautiful combo, Natakado with a crisp finish on the Silent. Now get Blade built up. I want to throw it in back on the front line. As Evie just pops the Fortify, holds Terra Surge up top. An explosive moment. Oh my. As Evie goes out with a bang, but you know, it's enough to give wide group the fight win. We even had a Captive Sun was used for that as well. I didn't see that until I saw the kill, the feed there on the Silent. Crucial opening pick on the Lau. We'll see if Dirt wants to try to stick around through this fight. Has cooldowns, also has Annihilation. Also has Snowl there backing him up. With Natakado down, it is a +1 here for wide group. And they're going to pop a rally to see if they can maintain that. Excuse me, I'm a rotation pop the rally. And try to take that back, and they do. All these side swaps, you know, eventually one finally got me. Oh god, so much damage. Unreal how much damage Snell's putting out on this Freya. That's gonna be the end of Silent, yep. We're coming up on another ult cycle here from Wide Group, and one thing I will say for this composition has a very powerful ult cycle. Yeah, I mean, Terror Surge is not usually the most powerful, but when combined with a Captive Sun or a Blade, can be just devastating. I mean, you've got Nano. I mean, the Bolo is the weakest of the bunch here, but Natakado does fall early in this fight. That early neutral pick, all important. You try to not allow that big ult cycle to come online. Good finish on to happens. 98% towards a Captive Sun. We did have a Nano invested out of Super Pizza, and he was able to make good on it. Picks up, too. Lands a good energy jab onto Dirt. They're currently trying to hide behind the shield. Lau's going to go ahead and invest the orbital, make sure they keep Dirt alive through this process. Silence still trying to make their way back, and Blamity wins the duel over Snell. Dirt trying to give chase, but Blamity just immediately gives them the slip and the shot. Oh, the old slipping shot out of Blamity. So Wide Group win the kind of eco part of the fight and now have those ultimates. Now, I mean, granted, did spin the Nano. I mean, what a powerful Nano it was. I mean, it was a perfect Nano out of Super Pizza to turn that fight around. They were down so much. Silent with the only ultimate here from Nightmare Rotation, being able to jump in on to Blamathy, take down Super Pizza as well. So, this is all while being sunstruck there by Happin's ultimate. Only one ult available, but only one ult needed there from Nightmare Rotation as they're able to win that fight. Neither team with checkpoint yet. A 9-meter lead. Precociously hanging on here from Wide Group. Look, everybody got out of the damage of the Terror Surge. Natakado was not in range to really follow up on that. And just throwing the blade into nothingness, and the dead corpse of Eevee will get pushed into a checkpoint. There it is. Close spawns, butt scratch moment, important marker here for Nightmare Rotation at the 4-minute, with 4 minutes left to go on the timer. Natakado swaps off the Genji, just immediately gets destroyed by Snell. So despite having that big ult rotation, I mean, you saw the Terror Surge and the Blade both just end up, disjointed. Not able to find the value. Now we're looking at, Snell coming up on another Bolo, playing a very wide off angle. Looks like Dirt and Company have dropped. It's now two separate. I mean, I guess there's a lot of mobility here in this hero. There's the rotation from Dirt and Company, coming to back Snell up in a good regroup. Pure Soto says, blam! Quite the first time shot there, my friend. Nano thrown on to Eevee, orbital ray out of Wow. Right in the corner. There's Snell, though. Snell comes in over the top. Finds happens with the Bolo. Just too much damage. You've heard of the X Factor, but this is the Snell Factor. Viper Zombie Lord, thank you for the tier 1. Subscribe to tier 1 for 3 months in advance. Oh, that is so kind. That is so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate the support. It means so much. Oh, trading shots. Both Blamity and Snell at a very low after that exchange. That's a very, low Dirt. It's just buying some time off the clock, and you know what? With a 60-meter lead, you can't blame them. God, thank you once again, Viper Zombie Lord. That, really awesome. Really awesome. Thank you, thank you. All right, with the swaps that have come through over the past couple fights, this should get a lot more brawling. It's going to be a Beat Blade combo, and Silent's going to find Super Pizza immediately. Eevee did Terror Surge amidst that. And you're able to find Sexy Eden, but not much more. Happens not able to get that orbital ray on time, online in time to kind of protect against the beat blade. I think that's the. I don't even know if that would have helped. I mean, perfectly honest. Now we're getting Eevee with yet another swap. Has decided the Orisa adaptation is no longer cutting it. You've got 1 minute. Make something happen here. There's the dive in. Wall does damage, but not enough to find a kill on to Happens. Or excuse me, on to Lao. Silent, God, just dashing through the opponent's orbital is able to find so much work. Sexy Eden showing up in all of those assists as well. Beautiful, just duo dancing through the wide group ranks. Even up with a huge fight win. Dirt investing Annihilation through that was the only ult used. Now Snow. Snow the assassin lurking on the outside. Just popping back and forth. Stalling. Hiding in. Misses the shot, but lands the bolo. Flaming's going to take a lot of damage. Is finished off by Dirt's Vortex. Anti-Nade lands onto Sexy Aiden as they back up around the corner. Lau throws in an orbital ray here to try to help that rotation. Just secure this series. With that, Dirt's able to find Eevee. A kick on the Happens, takes them off the wall. The GG's in chat and Nightmare rotation stay undefeated as they take the victory over Wide Group, moving up to 4-0. Oh, and a little Lao play of the game. Okay. Oh, the kick. Gotta love it. Can get you some stats from map 4. Snow, most damage. 11.5K, 23 and 4. Tied for fewest deaths alongside Dirt, most elims in the lobby as well. I think Snow would definitely be your MVP here today. I mean, just really, really a backbreaker performance. Generational performance, as they say, on the Freya. And even on the one map that Night Rotation lost, I mean, almost doubled the damage of second highest damage in lobby. I mean, pretty darn close to doubling. Pretty darn close. So I would definitely give Snell your player of the match here today. Fantastic performance on the Freya, showing just how powerful that hero can be. Man, those quick double shots. Yeah. Hey, I mean, both of these teams look like they could be top 4 teams. Like, not gonna lie, y'all. Both of these teams look like they could be top 4 teams. And it wouldn't surprise me to see either of these teams continue to get dubs from here on in. But Nightmare Rotation have come back to claim their crown. And, I mean, they've already taken out some serious opponents here. You know, we were looking through, you know, they've beaten the likes of Phoenix Guard, Extinction Jurassic, and Cross Soul, who are all looking. I mean, they hand Cross Soul and Phoenix Guard their only losses so far. They hand Wide Group their only loss of the season as well. So, not only are Nightmare Rotation 4-0, but they've already gone up against, you know, who we're anticipating to be some of the top 8 squads here in the division. So they've had a fantastic start with a relatively strong strength of schedule.